Welcome back everybody to the Roulette of Sadness, continuing with tournament number 4, the last game of tournament number 4, the second game out of the Loser's Revenge Wheel, Mega Man Wily's Conquest 2 Hyper Edition Turbo, which is, as you can tell, a Mega Man 2 ROM hack. Starting now with Wily's Castle. Sorry for not uploading more videos on this. Last week I only uploaded a short video, a 7-minute video last Monday, but it didn't record the second video that I was supposed to upload on Wednesday. But at least have the certainty on my part that this week we are gonna finish this project and Tournament 4 as a consequence. That's gonna be another mini milestone of my highly expected return to YouTube. Highly expected from me, of course. Can really give an opinion on your behalf. I mean, despite the fact of last week not uploading another video on this, I still fulfill my intended schedule in terms of what I wanted to upload in advance. I re-uploaded one of the old Twitch streams on Capcom vs Konami. I still have plenty of episodes yet to upload on YouTube. I'll be doing that on Fridays. Maybe I will be alternating with other live streaming projects, but yeah, you will see those Capcom vs Konami 2017 streams by Fridays. Dude, 2017? It's been quite a while. Okay, this part right here looks a little tricky because you have to get to the lower platform down right, and I did it like this, using item 3 in a specific spot so you are able to jump on the platform and then over the lower platform to the right in the end. But yeah, I gotta say, this probably is the best music conversion to from a non-NES Mega Man game to 8-bit. If I'm not mistaken, this is from the second or the third stage in Sigma's Fortress for Mega Man X, from the first Mega Man X. And it is probably the best conversion so far. I mean, the music in this particular hack has been pretty good for the most part. Good adaptations from the classic NES titles. Well, from classic Mega Man games rather, because this one in particular is not from an NES title. But you know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, now we're gonna be fighting the dragon. And you will see, and this will pretty much become a tendency throughout the rest of the game, that all of these big bosses, even though they have the same weaknesses as the original game, well, it's pretty much the same as the regular Robot Master bosses. The weaknesses are the same, but they have a lot more health. As you can see, if you can see at all, I'm sure you can, I'm shooting the quick boomerang like crazy, and apparently the health bar still wasn't decreasing for a while. But then you realize that in the end, the quick boomerang is the weakness to this dragon. So how's everybody doing? I hope you are, despite all this context, having a good time. At least doing what you like to do at home. Not putting yourselves at risk. This music though, kind of sounds familiar, but still cannot connect it to a Mega Man game at least. I'm sure some of you might know, so of course I always appreciate any feedback on these kind of questions that I regularly have about music in ROM hacks. Again, in every ROM hack I record, I always raise a question about a certain piece of music that I cannot recognize, or maybe from a game that I do recognize but I've never heard the original version of it. Or simply because I never played the original game that certain music comes from. It is quite typical of my ROM hack playthroughs. If you guys are familiar with them, of course. So yeah, that part looks a little tricky too. There is also, in this level, as it happens in the previous one, some weird platforming based little trap that you need to figure out. But as you can tell, it's not too difficult. Still have to calculate your jumps properly. Of course, you have to know where exactly to put this item 2, which basically is the super arrow from Mega Man 5 in the end. Same thing here. Well, ideally, get rid of these enemies first, before doing anything at all. And item 1 is probably the way to go here. I can go for item 2, but the problem is, I'm still having a platform on the screen, which doesn't, or prevents me from pausing the game and changing my weapon. And of course, the moment I change weapon, that platform also disappears. This part is a little tricky too. Well, you know, this is post-commentary, so you will see, I mean, I'm pretty much commenting ahead of what's going to happen, because I know that I'm having some difficulties trying to figure this out. I was trying to get those items, not necessarily because of the items themselves, because I was basically trying to figure out if there is something to the right. But no, you are forced to go that way. And you have to use item 2. The problem with this is that this guy, this enemy, pushes you back with the wind, making the platforming or the jumping a little bit more difficult, a little bit more tricky. Not going for the 8 tanks since I already have the 4 of them, so there is no need to keep collecting. And yeah, we also deal with some wind action here. Yeah, the flickering is a little bit too much. It's one of the big problems with Mega Man 2 in general. It's not just about how ambitious this hack is in that sense. It's not just a hack thing, but in general it's a Mega Man 2 thing, I insist. That's why Mega Man 2 is one of my least favorite games on the NES. Or I'm talking about Mega Man series. Everybody loves it, everybody says it's the best game in the series, which obviously isn't so. And the flickering, the excessive flickering, is definitely one of the reasons. So, time to fight the boss already. I always forget the names of these bosses, the official names, but you know, it is this. These are blocks that become a flying machine that shoots bullets. I think they don't shoot. Or maybe they do, but the thing is, I kill them so fast that I never give them time to shoot anything at me. At least they chase you. And they do a lot of damage when these blocks touch you, actually. Which is what I'm trying to avoid. The weakness, I think, is the same as the original game, which is the bubble shots. As you can clearly tell. So, we're doing one more level. At first I was thinking of cutting it here, but honestly, we're near the end of the game. For the next video we're gonna leave the remaining levels, including boss rush, final boss, and all that. Which, again, you shouldn't be expecting anything too different. This music, if my memory doesn't fail me, should be from Mega Man 7. Again, they did a pretty good job adapting 16-bit Mega Man game music to 8-bit. Well, the big fish. In this game we have green water instead of brown water, which of course you wouldn't relate it to water, considering the color. At least in the original game, this level was extremely short. And this one probably wouldn't be the exception. Very tricky spike sections though. Yeah, at first I was a little confused in here because I didn't know where to go. But apparently you do have to get these items eventually in order to proceed forward. But no. Then I realized, yeah, you gotta go down. Of course, the first reaction is to avoid that pit because you might imagine, okay, you're gonna die if you fall into that, but no. You continue the same process, keep falling down. Not there though, not in this pit. As you know, I'm not a big fan of using the special weapons in the actual levels unless it's extremely necessary and useful. And yeah, boss time already. I told you it was going to be a very short level. Even though they didn't change the music in this one for some awkward reason. Honestly, I didn't remember the weakness for this guy in the original game. I think it was also the quick boomerang. But you know what? You deal enough damage just with a regular lemon shot. And that's gonna do it for today, folks. I want to thank you for watching. I'll see you on Wednesday with the finale to this game. Take care.